Shirley here with Jupiter Point of a Talus, and I'm not going to show the visuals, but I am opening a Sphere and Sundry talisman. That would be the Rand Hand by Austin Kopek. If you know, you know. You can go to Sphere and Sundry and check that out. And if you don't know what the Rand Hand is, then look it up. You won't find it immediately. And the next one is actually Deneb Algedi perfume. So that's going to be very fascinating. And I'm saving the chart for when I'm opening that. I know people should be like more considerate, have an election, have a this, have a that. I just love to count on when I received it. That's a Wednesday. And this is a soul hour. Soul is applying to Deneb Algedi, and it has to do with health. Now, it has to do with a lot of things that connect with a lot of things to me, that I'm not going to reveal. Here's that red. Here is the red. Now, I'm going to be mischievous because I promised myself that I would. Oh, we got some candy. We got some candy. And I like it that they always bring it with something sweet, no matter what you're ordering. And we got the paper. So now, for those of you who know my previous work, the grocery store was kind of like a good market where they sent the delivery, and it was right. And when I asked somebody I know, it was like, oh, it's right by Martine, which is a bakery. So I'm gonna post it, and for those of you who have the knowledge of how Martine and those things relate, then you can get to enjoy an in-joke. For those that not, then not know what is. Oh, okay, that's lovely. So I'm going to I'm going to do it like that. I'm gonna do it because I promised myself, and this is, please don't try this at home. Austin said don't do that. Okay, so listen to Austin, not me. I'm gonna be a bad girl, and I promised myself that I'm going to apply the red hand to um, what you're absolutely not supposed to do, and that is to consume it. And one goes for that anointing oil. I just want to read the pages first, and that is, yeah. So, wait. There's the general thingy, and then there is the red hand, and that is not intended to be worn passively, but applied to exterior boundaries and borders. Now, because what I'm tending to has to do with ritual abuse, and the internal boundaries, like that's something you need to enforce, and I'm tending to that through something that I'm dealing with in my body. It likely won't cause lingering negative effects, but that's not how you'll get the best of what this series has to offer. So first of all, um, there's the layers, and it is banishing. Okay, there's banishing, expelling individuals, and freezer spells. I don't do freezer spells. Um, I have a story about freezer spells, that yeah, like I'm not regretting that it connected me with the freeze family, but I'm also like I'm not doing freezer spells to begin with. But this is my story. A simple ritual for protecting individuals. So there's how to do that, clearing the self and the space, and this is why. So I'm going to call on Archangel Michael for that. There's Deneb Algedi. Oh, okay. Yes. And with the Deneb Algedi one, it's important that it brings in the favor of the law, but it also brings in the law. And I did a Deneb Algedi spell. Um, I did my own stuff with Deneb Algedi prior to that. There's a way in which it works for me where When I'm meant to do something myself, then I would not have the money to do that, to buy that product until I do it myself, and then I have somehow the money to buy that product. So this is going to be fiery wall of protection, and I'm going to use the Austin mantra to expel all those behaviors that are violating of people's sovereignty and all the diseases that are connected to that. Protect, forbid, and deny. Okay, so deny further access, and I'm gonna do it. Oh God, it tastes so good. Don't do it at home. You're not supposed to do that, but I'm doing that. My God, Austin is fucking tasty. Then I'm gonna use the dropper kit. I think I'm gonna use the no, I'm gonna use my fingers. Um, and apply it on my toes, exactly where people would have stagnation, and you know what's related with that. So this is for my toes. So that is going to pop up my entire Capricorn section, and that's okay. It brought up a lot already, and this is actually why I'm keeping my word and applying it to my body. Um, as an aromatherapist, tip of aromatherapist, I like to apply it also behind my neck and behind my ears. This is where you want to aim at the vagus nerve, and because a lot of these things, especially if you've been under the things that American call all kinds of names, that's MK Ultra, okay? Then you want to, okay, you want to have sovereignty over your nervous system. Um, so yeah, first of all, I love the smell, I love the taste, and I'm gonna also apply it to my stuff. Um, kind of the things that we wish to protect, okay, and that is um, basically how I use it initially. Now, as for the chart is with 18 degree Saturn, and indeed I use it around diseases that are tough to diagnose, that have to do with violation of boundaries in ways that are tough to diagnose. And this is also for the removal of curses. I'm going to set the intention as well for that. Um, and I'm going to keep it, just going to keep it here. So this is one thing. Um, First of all, that's for the red hand. I absolutely love that work. And we are usually layering it up. So I ordered Deneb Algedi perfume, which also relates to a lot of the things that I do. Um, I'm gonna have the dropper kit here. Let's take a look at that. Although I didn't use it, I think that it's good to keep it. But I did order that. So we have the dropper kit. Oh, I love you, Spirit and Sundry. Okay, when you order the dropper kit, they basically give you a kit with another container for the oil, which is so great because that is so great. And then you have a separate kit, like the separate dropper kit. I love that. I love that. It's not just a dropper, but it also is something that you can close and open, and it is with a fiery wall of protection here. I exposed that, but that is okay. Um, I love that. I just love that. Um, and yeah, so I'm gonna work with it myself so can you see how it works. Just so I wanted to give a little bit as well to someone that is a working lady here and see if that helps protecting her. So I'm going to try these things on myself and then see how to do that. I think that's a great charity. If you're working with Deneb Algedi, if something of your 12th house, anything boundary related, so to give charity or to buy another one for people that don't have this protection is good, because it is a talisman. You want to get to know it a little bit, and if it is not a fixed star-based talisman, then you're gonna need to know like their chart. You're gonna need to know astrology. That's very simply put. And there's the Deneb Algedi one, and this is a perfume, and that is with the hellblau color. I like the hellblau because it is moon color, and the blue is a Saturn, but it's also color of Deneb Algedi, and this is Praesidium, Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab with Sphere and Sundry, and that is the perfume. So as a girly, as an aromatherapist girly that's doing perfume, I'm really excited about it. I'm going to take another caption of the chart. And again, this is a Mercury day with Mercury just releasing from Deneb Algedi and the sun just applying. Mercury Sun day. You see how all is just amazing. And by the way, the little omen that I got was Austin Hand has arrived. And that's just that's just fantastic. It's nothing um, like those little omens that adjoin the order. Yeah, I'm gonna. This is Deneb Algedi. And immediately there's a strong ylang ylang. Of course, all the oils I have already been working with prior to the order or since the order. Powerful ylang ylang, but also powerful scent. I'm going to protect my nervous system, but I'm going to put it also next to my eyes, on my third eye and my eyes, because of the sun. Oh my God, I love it. I love, love, love it. The scent this is so ylang ylang. Oh my God. And yeah, just a little behind the ears, targeting the nervous system, so behind the neck. And I just adore that. I'm gonna need to like, mm, that is that. So, and this is protection from toxicity. This is protection from um, all of toxic applications or trying to afflict your nervous system, especially when it comes to somebody's worth or psychic operations, somebody's shine, to what they do. Um, that is so good, especially if you are doing something. And a lot of the targeting of businesses and people has to do with their value, trying to lower the value of people so they would get to the sex work. This is very simply put. Annika Lucas talked about it as well. And they would torture people to make them feel devalued. So this is where the conjoining of the red hand and Deneb Algedi is appropriate. Um, and then again, I'm going to keep it with me. That's the people that don't want you to make your money, make your life while making a living. Okay, if you want to make your money and be healthy, I think that this is what I'll work with. And removing all courses around that, whether you do it as aromatherapy or whether you do it at whatever business you do. Removing all courses for you to make a living, and all courses of people who try to devalue you so that they can trade you. That's very simply put. Okay, it doesn't have to go all the way to the sex trade or to sex trafficking or ritual abuse, but it can simply mean the simple psychology, the simple tricks that people play on each other, those ego trips or whatnot, um, to remove that dumbfuckery, okay, and to protect yourself from that. So so that you could actually be around people and that support your nervous system rather than the other way around. Um, so I really, really am loving this. I love the conjoining of Mercury and Sun. I already see the attempted resistances, okay? The kind of like energy, they're like, oh, that means we out now. Well, that behavior has to be out now. That behavior has to be out now and for good. And that's it, okay? Whoever behaves that way, of course, they're going to be out now. And that's it. So this is really, really loving this order. Um, Especially, I would use that for people who try to crazy make a person for saying no to corruption and not saying yes to stuff that are against what their own good is. That is in any way, shape, and form. So that is something. Okay, that is something people need to remember. Um, so again, this Saturn in the 18th degree of toxic degree, and this is where we use something that is considered toxin, okay, some essential oil or perfume, um, to set a genuine boundary here around those issues. בסדר, מה נשמע? And again, I see the lady that I wanted to gift something to, so that is very lovely. The ascendant here was just releasing from my Chiron and is applying to my Rahu. And the midheaven is in the middle phase of Aquarius, where I would have my Psyche. And this is, Psyche has to do with beauty. So a lot of people will try to make you, to devalue you if they cannot do it with your appearance, or they try to devalue or to talk about your behavior. But your behavior is just maintaining your own sovereignty. And there's just another thing that I notice here. The moon is in 21 degree Leo. Again, applying to oppose the sun. So it's going to be a lot of exposure of a lot of schemes, there's going to be a lot of exposure. Okay, we're heading towards the new moon. We're heading towards a full moon, actually. So there is there is a blooming of the setting of boundaries here. Especially of the courses around health, mental, physical, to courses, okay, whatever the sun means for you, courses to do with the lineage or whatnot. But this is what I like here. There's the coming into fullness. So it's probably going to expose a lot of things and set the boundary too. Like anybody that's been trying to do courses, anybody that's been trying to basically, sacrifice somebody's health and somebody's well-being and to trade them. So that's going to be exposed and negated. Especially when those things that are of comparative style, okay, for whether try to make people compare people against people. Women deal with that a lot, but also men. It's done to men before it's done to women. And those attempts to devalue people based on those schemes or stuff like that, like really all the dumb fuckery, psychic, trying to make somebody look crazy when they don't conform with those type of triangulations and so on. That would be the case. Okay, that would be the thing. And whether it's contracts or whatnot, okay, whatever that Mercury here says for you. So that's going to assist to negate that, I hope. definitely has been exposing things. Like while Austin's been doing that, definitely I was exposed to the courses that were put on me on my business, beginning to negate that. Courses that were put on Sphere and Sundry's business, triangulation, stuff like that. Also, the origin of how people are move into psychosis and they do that. So setting boundary does not mean like it's not about the headhunt or shame blame. It's just like protecting yourself from that type of dumb fuckery, and living your life. So yeah, we are approaching full moon, and full moon Deneb Algedi. There's gonna be a lot of good exposure.